Welcome to Politics, Economics, and more. Your go-to channel for insights, analysis, and updates on happenings and developments in Nigeria and the global space. Our goal is quality analysis to deepen engagement and foster dialogue on happenings around you. The fears expressed in many quarters over the big black hole the nation's refineries have become appears to have been confirmed. This is based on the latest news report that the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has recovered over 5 billion naira and $10 million from contractors and government officials indicted in the fraud in the turnaround maintenance of the nation's refineries in Port Harcourt, Kaduna and Warri. It will be recalled that few weeks ago, Alhaji Dangote stated over $18 billion have been allocated for the refineries with nothing to show for it. The group managing director of the NNPCL made some statement reversals with regards to sale or otherwise of the refineries. All these have raised fears and concerns about the state of the refineries and their viability despite huge allocations for their maintenance over the years. According to the Punch newspaper reports, the anti-graft agency was working to recover another $10 billion and $30 million allegedly siphoned through contractors engaged in the maintenance. The investigation into the humongous corruption in the refineries was personally led by the EFCC chairman, Ola Olukoyede, with the nation's 4 refineries have been largely dormant for decades despite several attempts at rehabilitation by successive administrations. Huge budgetary allocations running into billions of dollars have been earmarked for their turnaround maintenance, but the facilities in Warri, Kaduna, and Port Harcourt have continued to underperform, forcing the country to rely heavily on imported petroleum products. Besides the recoveries already made, the EFCC is said to be probing the sum of $1.5 billion allocated to the Port Harcourt refinery, $740 million released for the Kaduna refinery, and $650 million approved for the Warri refinery. Top sources at the anti-graft agency revealed that fraudulent practices, including over-invoicing, contract inflation, and questionable payments, were largely responsible for the inability of the refineries to function despite huge public spending over the years. They disclosed that former management teams of the 3 refineries were repeatedly interrogated in connection with the discoveries. Persons interrogated and arrested include former Chief Financial Officer of the NNPCL Umar Isa, former Managing Director of the Warri Refinery Jimo Olasunkanmi, Managing Director of the Warri Refinery Tond Bakare, and Managing Directors of the Port Harcourt Refinery Ahmed Diko and Ibrahim Anoja. One of the sources said the commission had concluded investigations into some officials of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited allegedly involved in the rehabilitation contracts and was preparing charges against them. The source said, "Our investigation into the turnaround maintenance of the nation's refineries in Warri, Kaduna, and Port Harcourt have yielded major discoveries of large-scale fraud. Investigators discovered fraudulent dealings through over-invoicing, contract inflation, and questionable payments were largely responsible for the malfunctioning of the refineries. Specifically, investigations flagged former management teams of the 3 refineries who were arrested several times and grilled to uncover fraudulent dealings that have not made the refineries deliver optimal benefits to Nigerians. The recoveries were made from some contractors and government officials involved in over-invoicing and inflated payments." The source added that some serving and retired members of the management of the NNPCL and the refineries might be charged soon. One of the sources said the commission had concluded investigations into some officials of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited allegedly involved in the rehabilitation contracts and was preparing charges against them. Sources confirmed that investigation into the turnaround maintenance of the nation's refineries in Warri, Kaduna, and Port Harcourt have yielded major discoveries of large-scale fraud. Investigators discovered fraudulent dealings through over-invoicing, contract inflation, and questionable payments were largely responsible for the malfunctioning of the refineries. Specifically, investigations flagged former management teams of the 3 refineries who were arrested several times and grilled to uncover fraudulent dealings that have not made the refineries deliver optimal benefits to Nigerians. Investigations are already concluded on some officials of the NNPCL involved in the rehabilitation contract, and the commission is ready to file charges against them. The source also said the commission was probing fresh allegations of contract inflation worth about $40 million, allegedly involving NNPCL officials and some contractors engaged to procure equipment for the rehabilitation projects. It is hoped the EFCC will go beyond the initial recoveries and investigation and ensure expeditious prosecution of the cases to sanitize the sector and deliver stern warning to deter future corruption attempts by public officials and their collaborators. To get notified of new uploads, please subscribe and hit the notifications button. Don't forget to like, share and comment. Please comment, like and share.